Man, so we got a special guest in the building, man. It's all about SOG Tuesdays, each and every Tuesday night. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Follow the Instagram, Sisters on the Go 3. So without further ado, we about to go ahead and get into it, man. We gonna let him go ahead and introduce himself to you. CHEEKO.
Yo, what's the word? God bless y'all. What y'all on? It's your boy CHEEKO. Fight! We in the building. We going from Duval to Dade, Broward to Howard, and from Atlanta to the islands. You know what I'm talking about? Rep your parish. What parish you from? You hit me?
So let everybody know where you from, CHEEKO, for those who don't know already, man.
I'm from the crib. I'm from everywhere. I'm from the crib. You know, we a melting pot. Shit. From Haiti. I'm from Puerto Rico. I'm from Miami. You know, we everywhere.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Hell yeah, we are everywhere.
So let me know and let everybody else know as well. Like, what kind of got you started into doing music? Like, when did that start for you?
Music really always been in my blood. Like, my mama was a track star. My daddy was a hustler, gigolo. And my uncle, he played in a traveling band around the world. So like, I get my go-getter from my mama and my daddy really when I'm out there going crazy. And then I can bring the music because it's part of the family. Like, I remember waking up and you hearing Janet Jackson or hearing Mariah Carey or Michael Bolton or CNC Music Factory or whatever, Patra, you know what I'm saying? Mad Lion, like, it's in my blood. The music in my blood, you hear me?
So tell me a little bit about when did you become a part of being Big on Records? Like, tell me about that. Like, when did that journey start for you?
Probably when I was about a young man, really, cause coming from where I come from in Miami, that's probably not some music that people in Miami used to listening to, you feel me? And I believe in like manifestation. I believe in putting these shoes on and walking the correct steps. So like being the fact that I was so young and already established in my mind, like these are some people that I know other than Outkast or Goody Mob coming out of Atlanta, like Baby D and Big like the brand and the people, like it already been in my tape deck since I was a baby. So it had to happen how it happened, you know what I'm saying? And then just fast forward through life, I went to prison. Right after I met Baby D, I went to prison. And when I came home from prison, he was in prison. So I'm like, hey, where Baby D at? And they like, well, he actually in prison. So one day I'm at a random club and I'm like, hey, y'all seen Baby D yet? And they like, man, he actually right over there. And then Baby D brought me to But it's so crazy. I was at the Bronner Brothers when I first moved to Atlanta when I actually met myself. So when Baby D brought me there, he seen me like, dog, ain't you the same dude that was over at Bronner Brothers with your big 8-foot cutouts? I'm like, yeah, same person. So that's why I say I believe in manifestation of destiny. And this size shoe I've probably been wearing a long time, so it gotta be the right one. You know what I'm talking about? It definitely gotta be the right size shoe.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So tell me about the new project that you got out.
I got plenty of projects
on
out.
Instagram.
We going crazy.
Yeah, man.
Campaigning, we shaking hands, we kissing babies. Listen, you don't beat your feet, you don't eat. You hear me? So you know, I'm not a jack of all trades because I like to work on one till I master it. So I'm a master of a few things. You know what I'm talking about? But right now we got a record with Don U. You know, he a legend. He a legend from the island. You know what I'm talking about? He a platinum artist too. It's a crossover record, so it's English and the patois too. And then we got the Latin trap record coming out. That's coming out, 14 tracks. That's coming real soon. And then I just recently dropped a project, Voyage, and they just did the world premiere of number 3 on that project, 1 on V103 FM with DJ Jelly on Sunday. So we just grinding. We got a lot coming out. We got a lot going on.
So what up with the project with Yo Gotti?
That's around here too. Listen, we got all kind of, listen, it's so much stuff going on. It's so much.
How'd that come about?
Well, that was that little challenge thing that he actually did. But you know, just being real, like I met Yo Gotti years ago. I was riding down the South Beach listening to Chief Keef and Yo Gotti only. And when I'm on whatever that is, Ocean, it wasn't Ocean, it's the one, Alton Road. I think it's Alton Road or Collins or whichever one it is right there. One street away from the water. And I look to my right and I see Gotti right there. and I threw my truck in park. Like I threw that bitch in park. Like stopped the whole traffic. I jump out. He in front of South Beach Studios, just kicking shit. So me and him start politicking. I start politicking with his people. And then I was on my way to go get some CD inserts, and that's how we met. And then when I'm coming back, I meet Chief Keef the same time. So like I said, like these shoes that I walk in, this shit is for me, like for real. Cause even me just listening to a song on repeat over and over and over, and then I just hit a spot, and then exactly what I just manifest, even on just a drive, it just happened right there. And then fast forward, like now we here. And now we in the building over here at the DBS Sound doing the thing, 1 and 2. I'm just grinding. Like, you know, a lot of people do a lot of different things. And they say a lot of different things too. But the only thing I could call it is grinding. We hustling right now.
And you've been doing that.
Ben, you got to continue. Once you get to where you're going, you got to go even harder. And I ain't even get to where I'm going yet. So I'm already going hard. And then you're going to see like, damn, he's still going hard. Like, he going harder? What the? It's crazy, but I love it. I love the grind. I love when my blood starts going crazy. I love to be in the essence of good energy, so we just get into it.
Facts. And it's crazy because I said this the last time we was here, like how I met you. And the things you said when I met you, like it's crazy because you doing it. Like
I appreciate that, but you gotta. It's life is not about proving nothing to nobody, but you gotta show and prove like to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be out here saying you doing this, doing that, but you ain't doing shit for real. Like so people gotta see you doing something so they can be like, oh, he did say that, or he ain't even tell me he said that, but he's doing something. You know what I'm saying? That's how people end up fucking with you. Like, okay, he ain't just talking that bullshit. He like, he really doing what he's saying he's doing. That's why I be talking about fitting these shoes so good, cause if I try to put on a 10.5, it won't work. If I try to put on an 8, I wouldn't be able to skate. You know what I'm talking about?
Facts. I feel you. So, what's some advice you can give to some upcoming artists trying to get into the game?
You gotta play the long ball. It's long ball. It's not no. You might have a little overnight success. Ain't really even overnight. So these people might think like, oh, so and so came out of nowhere, but they just put the shoes on that they were supposed to when they walked in that path. Now it do happen easier for some people. You know, they might be blessed with an inside or something like that, but it's still a glass sidewalk you gotta walk on. Trust me, there's a lot of bumps and bruises. So if you ain't like really built, if you're not really built for what's next, and you like want to get it today, but you gotta wait till tomorrow to get it, no matter how hard you grind, like it ain't something for you. But if you want it that bad, then keep it pushing.
Okay.
A lot of people say they want it, but they really don't want it. Like you could tell by their actions. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like actions speak louder than words. You could tell somebody who really out there to go get it, and somebody that's just out there just because they can be or they just want to be, or like they just trying to prove something to people. Like the proof being the putter for me.
And that's why I say my story all the time. Why I fuck with you. Like I met you at my job. Fresh from Miami, like, and Afrobeat was talking about, listen, I ain't gonna be here forever. He was like, yo, I'm not gonna be here long. So I'm about to be a rapper. Like, I got this. I got the formula, and I just need the bread. That's what he said.
Yeah, we just work. Listen, you know what's so crazy? Like, people look at jobs like a bad thing, like, but it's all, no matter if you love it or not, it's still work. No matter, it don't matter what it is, it's work. So, like, I had to humble myself to people. Because, you know, I was in a bad place for a long time. I've been a 2-time, 3-time loser. I done lost a lot. I done won a lot. But it's being able to be submissive for the right reason. You know what I'm saying? And that's where working a regular 9-to-5, punching in the clock, it allows you to grow in your mind. Like you taking orders from somebody that don't really know. Like you the one that give the orders, right? But you just like, whatever. They don't even know what's really out here going on. And they probably never would because they just so used to being in that position right there. And for me, it's cool. Like, whatever. All right, you want me to go bust the dishes? Okay, whatever. It's all good. But in my head, I might be like, man, fuck that bullshit. But really deep down inside, I'm like, yeah, he just told me to bust the fucking dishes. But really, I'm like, yo, he couldn't do what I was doing to the motherfucker out there. So it's like, it just be humility over humiliality. You feel me? Like, I'm super humble. So I get a lot of grace from God, you feel me? I have faith, I work hard, so it's gonna match up.
So tell me about Bubble and Wine with Don U? How did that come about?
I've been knowing you for a few years now. Like, I've been knowing you for a little minute. And just a true story, like we met at the gym. And he hustling his things at the gym, you know what I'm saying? And we just chopping up and talking. And this is when I was burning. And I had a big loud pack. So I told him, come by the car, come fuck with me. So he see the big bomb. And you know, people test you, you feel me? So he like, what's up? Let me get some of that. But he, probably in his mind, he like, I'm testing him, see what kind of motive he got, you feel me?
Right.
So I just blessed him. I'm like, yeah, you can have that. He like, for real? I'm like, hell yeah, why not? Soon as I did that, he like, yo, we need to get in the studio. Da, da, da. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. But I'm sure if I would have been like, nah, I need some breath, it would have been different. But right. Every life is a test, you know what I'm saying? So right. I didn't say, well, let me give him this because I know who he is and I want something from him. It's just who I am. Like, this shit don't mean nothing to me. Like, this just shit just grass. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with you and you don't even know who I am, but right. I know who you are.
You are. Right.
So I'm gonna fuck with you too. Right. Since we in person now, you know what I'm saying?
Show homage.
So yeah, definitely you gotta pay homage because it's people that did it before you. So the best thing about that is we always kept in touch, and he seen me grinding, and you know, he a platinum artist, you know, and he platinum in English and he platinum in the in that genre too. So it's like it was bound to happen. So I'm like, we need to do a record. He like, all right, let's do it. Send me the shit, and I sent him the beat and. He did his hook, and I brought that bit back, and I did my shit, and we ready to go.
Yeah, it's nice. Well, go ahead and introduce the song.
Yeah, so real quick, like we ain't telling the females twerk, we ain't telling them to shake their ass cheek, we telling them to bubble and wine. You feel me? Y'all know what the bubble about.